What's happening, YouTubers? It's your boy CB, and we are back for my favorite segment on the channel, Huddle Watch Alongs with Recruits. On today's episode, for you guys that like receivers, for you guys that like the jump ball specifically, this is your episode. You have clicked on the right video. One of the fastest rising receivers in the 2025 class, three-star receiver Elijah Diolio, who is recently transferred to St. Thomas Aquinas, has just been rising up the recruiting rankings this spring at camps, at 7-on-7 events. Recently was at Rivals Miami and showed out there too. But you don't want to hear it from me. You want to hear from the superstar himself. So without further ado, again, one of the fastest rising and one of the best jump ball receivers in this class, three-star receiver from St. Thomas Aquinas, Elijah Diolio. How's it going, bro?
Nothing much. Going good, just working.
Hey, so when we talk about work, before we get into recruiting and how that's been taken off, I want to focus on the work first. You're not just one of the fastest rising recruits in this class, but one of the hardest working too. So you train with someone who is, to me, one of the best when it comes to constructing film or deconstructing film, breaking down film. And a lot of the people in my comments will know who I'm talking about. We know him as 365 Canes football. You know him as Steve-O. I know him as Steve-O. But one of the best when it comes to being technical about how to get open and understanding how to read coverages. How much of having somebody like that in your corner and those workouts with him over these years has helped you become the receiver you are now?
It helped me a lot because Steve-O breaks down film, so he teaches me how to read the coverages, when to sit in the hole, like certain things like that, how to break it down. Perfect time and basically helping me with my timing. So if the man's covered two and I got like a whip route or something, I would know exactly what time in and how to run the route.
You
So
feel
it's
like that
great.
helped you early too, because automatic like a lot of young receivers probably was just cold. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really understand how they was getting open. Whereas you, from an early standpoint, he probably made it a point like, nah, I don't care if you could jump. You got to understand why too.
Yeah, Steve, he really taught me that football is not only up to jump balls; it's really up to really route running and stuff like that, getting open. Because anybody could jump up and get the ball. It's just can you sit? Can you break down a route? Can you have perfect timing in the route? So it's a blessing to have Steve on my side training
And
me.
then when we talk about the list of receivers that he trains and that you train with, not just with him, but on your own as well, it's the who's who when it comes to receivers in South Florida. That competition between you, Kobe, Nay, how much has that helped all of y'all grow as boys? Obviously playing on different high schools, but y'all all got the same journey, trying to go D1, trying to get to the league. What's that competition like?
It's good. We push each other. Me and Kobe played together fast Houston, so we were pushing each other OT7, stuff like that. And then me and Nation, we know each other because of Steve and Rock. Last year I was with the Raw team, so it was good. Like we just push each other. We know we have one. We all have one goal at the end of the day. So pushing each other, telling each other like we got this. Like let's keep going. Like we know our name is surfacing around. Like we know the offers coming. We know we got the coaches. It's just we're here just to work and just get to our mission and
Some
our
of these
goal.
7-on-7 squads you have been on, which I like to, someone like you, I call a weapon. Because before they knew who Elijah was, boys was rocking up like, all right, we got a double Kobe in there. Hey, who this over? So you
Yeah.
was always still a weapon, but you had to do it on some of the best teams in the nation, not just in Florida. What's it like being in some of those atmospheres, whether it's Raw, Fast Houston? 7-on-7 has become so huge that really you can become an elite receiver and evolve your game. For you, how much has that helped you over the years?
It helps me a lot because not only 7 on, you got 4 seconds to run around. Like that's teaching you how to
Yeah.
just you got to get to your like route. Like there's no time to wait at the line of scrimmage. A DB's on. That's helping you get off the jam. Like that's 7 on is like the best way to probably like for real to get good because you got 4 seconds. Like once some 4 seconds
Hey, you got to
done,
get it.
you
Yeah.
done. Like you got to be able to get in and get out.
Yeah. Quarterback don't got time for you to and do all
Yeah,
that.
like
He like, hey, he doing too much, bro. I
release
can't go
got
over there.
your release got to be now, and then you got to be in your route already. Cause them 4 seconds go by fast, believe it or not.
Yeah, they do. So as I kind of hinted to at the beginning, recruiting through the roof since the season ended and this spring. I want to list a couple of schools and I want to talk about a few of them because there's been some really, really dope visits. One of the biggest ones lately, FSU. You went down there, checked out the campus, got a feel for the staff. What was that visit like, and what's that relationship like with Coach Norvell?
It's good. It was the atmosphere is real. Like Coach Norvell, Coach Ron, like they gonna be honest with you 1,000%. They said it's like if you're not here to have that one mission, that one goal, or not to play football, and you're here to be selfish, FSU not for you. And I like that. Like I'm here to win as a team, and I'm here to make it to the league. Like that's what I want to do. So they really told me, like they showed me that this is not a selfish sport. This is really what you got to do as a team, like as a unit. So it's good over there. It's fun. The atmosphere is fun. Like it's a lot of energy throughout the practices.
Growing up, obviously seeing some of the great receivers and just great players at Florida State. What was that feeling like when you got that call when they like, "Hey Eli, we want you to come slide. We want you to start building a relationship here. We want you to come see the facilities." What was that moment like knowing this is a school that you probably grew up watching and all those big three rivalries against Florida, against Miami, and now they see your tape and go, "Hey, yeah, we need him to slide to the crib."
Nah, it's fun for sure. And you know they just had a undefeated record. That's something Florida State just
Yep,
now they're
coming off
accomplishing.
a great
And
season.
they had good receivers now going to the draft. They had Keon, they had Johnny Wilson. Like it's a big thing. Like
Yeah.
it's like, I'm thankful for that to see that.
And guys with your skill set too. Guys that sometimes they don't have to be open. Just put that thing up there. So
Just throw the ball.
when you look at that offense and you look at your tape, it's like, well, duh, they was probably like, all right, we need another Johnny Wilson in a few years, so we got to start getting on one. I want to
Yes.
stay in Florida though. Another visit you had recently, USF. Got to go down there, mingle with that staff too. How was that visit and what's that relationship like with them down there?
It's a good visit. You know, USF is in Tampa, so you know it's not really nothing over there. But like that's what I like because you're away from everything. So like
Yeah,
you got no choice but to be focused on football. Like be on your stuff. And I
I
got and
like
I
that.
my friend Brandon Winton, like he's over there right now, freshman. And he's balling over there. Like he tells me all the time, like I like it over here. Like this is what like you know he's from Tennessee, not from Florida, so it's hard. Like it's hard to be over there, and you just focus.
That's
You in the middle of
interesting.
nowhere in
Yeah.
Tampa. Like you gotta be focused over there. But it's a good. They're nice. I like them. They over there. They doing good.
Before we get into the film, I cannot not mention this. So, dual sports star. So what we see on the field, when we see him high pointing a football, those skills translate to somewhere else. One of the coldest high jumpers in the country. How is that finding that balance though? Because right now, phone not stopping, 7-on-7 camps, workouts, but you hit the scene with STA first meet, setting STA personal best. How's that been trying to balance that and but that dope success in track?
It's good. You know, my coach actually, Coach Holt, he told me like, "E, this is what's gonna be help you with them jump ball, like jump, like high jump, cause it's all about getting your body over, position your body, jumping off the strongest foot, and that's gonna help me in the field. Like jump ball, I'm gonna need my strongest foot to get up there on top of my opponent. So it's really helping me.
So are you newer to high jumping?
Nah, I did in eighth grade. I won the middle school thing. And then ninth grade, I wasn't. I really was just focusing on my speed. I was doing like speed running. Then 10th grade, I took it serious again. And then from 10th, 11th, and now I'm in 11th now. So basically 3 years for real.
That's insane that you was like, yeah, I'm good at this, but and then picked it right back up. And I know STA was probably like, yo, we got a dog receiver. Then you showed up to that meet, and the track coaches was like, thank God, dog, we got a high jumper too. They was
Yeah.
probably through the roof when they saw that. So for those of y'all that have not seen Eli's film, is like, all right, why'd you bring up the high jumping? It's because a lot of times guys with track speed or track skills, it doesn't always translate. Then you see this. One of the things I do love about your film is the contested catches, bro. It seems like you got one of those kind of dog mindsets where if I'm covered, put that thing up there. How much have you enjoyed or how long has that been that confidence in you as a receiver where you like, even if I'm covered, put that thing up there?
since day one. Like
Let's
Steve
go.
always told me. Steve always told me like you just got to be able to catch the ball for real. And it's not the hands that help you, it's your eyes. So if your eyes know you could do it,
Love
then
that.
that means you should be able to do anything.
So for you that do you are a student of the game at receiver. I know this because I know who trains you, but you do got that skill set where it's like an offensive coordinator is probably like, bro, just go balls. But the reason I bring that up is we see this here. We see Chris route running. We see the slant. We see the yak yards, the elusiveness. What's your favorite route to run though?
A post curl.
Why a post curl? You breaking somebody down with with a post curl.
Yeah, a post curl because like I like to sit in the hole because as soon as I sit in the hole, I could take it up the field, and that's something we run a lot at STA. So like they put it in my mind like as soon as I sit in that hole where I know the linebacker shooting out and that's me right there with a whole bunch of grass. That's the best way to get money.
It's another thing I love about your film is getting open. It is you can tell mid route where you're understanding. All right, obviously this is me. I'm gonna keep going. If it's on, I'm gonna sit down. How much of that is film study, bro? How much of that is hours of putting in work to perfect your craft?
That's a lot because on the weekend, me and Steve will review like what we did this game, and then we'll go when we work out. We'll work on it. Like we'll work on. Steve will sometimes play man on me, and I have to work on the route I'm gonna run. If I'm gonna keep it going, like you see on that drag I just had, see it was nobody followed me. Like I just had it. Nobody followed me, so I knew I had to take it up the field, step out of bounds. We had barely time. We had to score in a low matter of time, so I knew I had to keep it going so I could get the first down and get positive yards.
You feel like that part of your game is a bit underrated because that when you if you search you on Twitter, you look up the highlights, you see the 50-50 balls, you see the Moss plays, but you feel like you as a catch and run receiver, your ability to get yak yards is a bit underrated when it comes to your game.
Yeah, because they don't
I think
expect
so too.
they don't expect somebody tall to get that much yards. They don't expect somebody like my size to be able to move.
How
And
much of
then
that was what was that you had to work on? Because we know you got the bunnies, you've been able to jump, but how much of some of the being a bit more of a speedy receiver is something you had to work on over the years?
a lot, like for real, like I used to hate like used to hate it. Like I used to just always have to catch a ball and put. I used to be like a possession catcher, but now that I learned how to kind of put my foot in the ground and take it up the field, like it helped me way. I realized it helped me way more.
Who are some of the receivers you like to study, bro, to take a little bit from?
Oh, this is tough. Well, number one for sure, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I knew that one.
That's my favorite right now. Who else? T Higgins. That's another one that I watch a lot too. T
Great
Higgins
hands,
is
great
tough.
route runner.
Yeah, and sometimes like I'll study Chad Johnson. Like I feel like Chad Johnson just has his own swag. Like you can't take away his swag from him.
Some of the best feet that you will find
And
on
he'll
a
tell you what
receiver.
and he'll tell you what route he's running. Is are you going to be able to stop it? Like that's how I feel like you just got to think on the football field. You got to be too confident.
So that rolls me. I'm glad you said that. I was just about to ask you this. So y'all got a different type of swag down there, right? Especially when it comes to receivers.
Yeah.
So when you balling, when you didn't have to gain 7 catches, a buck 49, 2 TDs, what kind of player is Elijah when he balling on the field? Are you talking or are you quiet?
No, I'm talking. That's
Let's go.
the first thing I'm doing. I'm talking. And down here, like the DBs that know they're gonna be guarding you in the game, they're most of us for down here that we most of us follow each other already. Like it's not hard to figure out who you're going against because
Yep.
film and stuff. So like you would know somebody on each team. So it's like I already know who I'm going against. So I'm preparing myself to dominate against you. So
How
I'm
much
talking
is
all
that?
game.
I never thought about that, but you make up a great point. A lot of times during the season and in 7-on-7, these are DBs that know you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They've seen your release. They've seen most of what you have in your bag as far as your tricks. So that forces you to change what you do constantly every weekend because it's all right. Whether All right, now I'm playing against Raw. I done played with them for the past few years. So Amari, they all know how I get down. How much does that keep you kind of on your toes as a receiver and force you to change your game up?
It makes me change, like work on a new bag, like you know what I'm saying. Like it makes me
I
work on
love that.
something new. Like Stevo's favorite release is a split release, but can I split release, take it up the field and then snap back down, like things like that. Like Stevo helps me, know when it's game time. Like okay, boom, I don't win against this DB before. He's playing off. He knows I'm probably got a slant. Look, you see, like stuff like that.
So you went against him before and he know, all right, I done got beat deep here. Like this respect is I've been beat deep respect.
Yeah, my 10th grade year, I went against him. And I know him outside of football too. Like we follow each other on Instagram. Like we talk. Like things. That's his perfect example. Me and him know each other. Like,
I
but I
love
know.
that because it forces you to, like you said, switch up your bag every time. So
Yeah,
you may have these are my 4 or 5 moves that always work, and then you got to play against somebody who like I've seen all 4 or 5 of those. I've seen the highlights. I've been on a sideline with you. So
yeah,
you can't throw that at me. And then it forces you to switch up. That's something I've never thought about when it comes to, like you said, y'all all know each other. And if y'all don't know each other, y'all follow each other or been playing against each other.
yeah.
And I
It's
would
mutual.
imagine y'all take a little bit from each other too. Y'all watching it like, all right, so Weezy did that on the release. All right, I'm stealing that. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it my way, obviously, but I'm stealing that. That forces you to be a different receiver almost every weekend. And then before I get you out of here, there's something I gotta talk to you about. Huge step this year, transferring to STA. We talked about already making an impact on the track team, going out there. I think first meet was first place. I think the second meet you broke your own personal record. So
yeah.
already paying dividends in
First
track.
meet, no, first meet was second place. My first meet was Louis
It
Bean. I
was
remember.
it was
It was,
second, then first.
yes, it was. Then it was first.
Then
After
you
that,
then you beat the
yeah. After
yeah.
that, it's been first forever though.
Yeah, then you just started beating your own records at that point. It was like, all right, after I got the first, let me top that. So
Yeah.
already paying off in track. But how excited are you for next year to be on a football field?
I'm super excited. Spring coming around in like 2 more weeks. I'm just happy to be coached by Coach Harry and Coach Holt. Like they know how it is on the next level. So them positioning me to be at my greatest, not my best, my greatest is like what's helping me do what I could do. Like making sure I go to practice, making sure I'm focused, making sure I'm hydrated. Like we in Florida, it's hot. Like
It's
these
hot.
these coaches make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing so that you could be great on the next level. Like St.Thomas is real, like a real college,
I
and a
love
lot of
that.
people, a lot of people know that. That's why we're nationally ranked. So I'm very excited. I'm ready to see what spring holds for us. About to just get to work.
And somebody like you, I know the answer to this question, but for the people in the comments, I'm gonna ask it. How excited are you to play against some of those big games that St. Thomas plays? I know somebody like you has the competition. I guarantee you don't care, but I'm gonna ask anyway. How excited are you for some of those games?
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the Gorman game because everybody talks about Bishop Gorman, what they have done in the past, but what are they gonna do this year against us? St.
Let's
Thomas
go.
this year we got a lot of receivers, and so we're depending more on the receivers. So this would be a game for the receivers. So like I'm very excited. I know it's gonna be iron sharp iron, but we're gonna go out there ball.
Hey, I
Let's get
think I
into
speak for
it.
everybody in the comments because I know people were like, "Hey, when he gonna talk about him going to STA though?" Bro, I know I speak for everybody when I say we can't wait to see what that offense does. Like you said, they retooled this year, not just you, guy like Chance Washington coming over in the backfield. Like
Yeah.
that offense about to be a movie this year. And I know I speak for everybody when I say I cannot wait. But my last question, I gotta ask you this because you're one of the hardest working, and I know this personally that you're one of the hardest working receivers on the circuit. But them days, bro, when you've been studying all week, you tired from practice. Steve-O saying, let's go run again. And your body don't want to get up. What is that why that makes you keep going on those days when you feel like you can't?
Cause a lot of people play receiver. It's a short percent to make it into the league just for receiver, and I know I gotta
It's a
outwork
lot of them.
anybody that thinks they're working as hard as me. Because if I give them an opportunity to think that they're working as much as me, we ain't like this. We head to head. It shouldn't be like that. It's
Let's
basically a
go.
race to it's a race to the NFL. It's the race to college. Who's
I
gonna get
like
there
that.
first? So like, don't get me wrong. We have five a.m. routes. With me and Steve on Sunday, we'll go with a quarterback that played college. 5 a.m. Sometimes I'll be like, can we do 6? Like, I'd be exhausted, but Steve will be like, we not bucking it. Like, we doing it. So we'll hit it 5 a.m., 6, 7 a.m. But as long as we get it done, I know I put a little bit of work to get my day going, get my energy going. And I know that I'm working while getting my energy up, So I know that
Bro,
as long as I'm working and as long as I'm doing little things like breaking down. Sometimes Steve will be like, your body needs to chill. We'll do hands drill. Like, as long as we're doing something that's getting us better, we
yep.
know that I'm working. Like, it's gonna help me, and it's gonna make me better in the game.
I like that idea of, bro, even if we at the wits end of our energy, what can we do though? How
Yeah,
can we maximize this hour? If it's all right, we done ran legs, don't want to move no more. They feel like jello. All right, let's just catch. I love that y'all's mentality is always all right, but what else can I do to maximize this time? The work got to be put in. So let me just switch what I was gonna do to something else because I gotta work today. So even if it's just my hands,
yeah.
something got to get better
Something
today,
gotta, yeah.
bro. Look, it don't matter what you do. That mentality, bro. Even if you say, "All right, high jump, that's it. I ain't playing football no more," bro. That I gotta get better, even if it's by this much everyday mentality. Dog, that's different. That's what when people say he got that dog in him, that's what that means. That it's the work y'all put when nobody watching. Ain't no
Watching.
cameras, ain't no IG, ain't no nothing. And you still got the mindset of I gotta put in the work. For those of y'all that don't know, in about 3 minutes, he's about to go work out. Like that's the kind of mindset we're talking about. And that right there, I don't care what school we named here. That's why you're gonna be a dog at that next level. It's because the work is more important than a result for you. Like, and I'm not joking with y'all. I'm talking fast right now because he literally got to go work out right now. Like, but that work ethic, Eli, bro, that's elite. When you package that with what you do on the field, yeah, yeah, we turning up next year. It's
For
gonna be a movie next
sure.
year.
For
And after
sure.
next year, when you go off, we're gonna have you back on so we can watch those highlights and we're gonna tell them about how we said it was gonna be a movie and it turned into one.
To the
So until
movie.
then, let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter so they can keep up with you.
On Instagram, you can follow me at E2Era, and then same for Twitter. Twitter is E2Era.
I'm linking both of those down in the description. So all you got to do is click them and his huddle. Because next year, y'all gonna see his schedule and go, hey, CB, what he do against so and so? The huddle gonna break it down week by week. So if you like, man, what Eli do against this DB, you're gonna be able to see it. So for those of y'all that are in my comments, I want to watch him next year. I'm linking all of that down there. All you got to do is click it. Eli, thank you so much for coming on, bro. I wish you nothing but health and success this year. Again, I can't wait to see you go off this year. We're going to run it back and tell everybody how this year was even a bigger success than last year.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
No problem at all, bro. Like, share, and subscribe. Go follow Eli right now. We out.